Hey there, it's Linda, and it's Facebook Live Thursday, and welcome. I'm excited to be back here, and this is in a series, my third part in a series that I was talking about, giving you guys tools to help you get out there and brand yourself. So today we're going to talk about tools that are going to help you with overwhelm. So if you're in a business, I guarantee that overwhelm has hit you at some point in time, especially if you're starting out. So many things that you have to do to brand yourself can seem super overwhelming, super daunting. So today I want to help you guys get through a little bit of that. So what happens that I notice is I'll start talking to clients and tell them some of the things that they need to do, and all of a sudden I see that look on their face, and it's a cross between like panic and what the hell is she talking about? And sometimes I forget that the things that I have spent hours learning and are second nature to me can be super overwhelming to someone starting out. And even if things maybe are intuitive to some, they totally may not be intuitive to you. And then your meaning making machine kicks in. You start to tell yourself things like, oh my God, I can't do that, or I'm so stupid, or I'm never, ever going to be able to pull this off, or I don't know anything about computers. I hear that a lot. But no matter how much I assure my clients, no, you can do it, I can see that overwhelm starts to take over. So let's look at some of the things you can do. And unlike the last couple of calls, I'm not necessarily going to give you just tangible tools. Today we're going to just talk about the internal tools, some of the things you can say to yourself, some of the things you can do to help you get out of overwhelm. So overwhelm really is just another form of fear, and fear tends to take over. And what happens is when you get an overwhelm, you don't do anything. So either right now, for a bunch of you out there, I can see that probably fear is winning, and we don't want that, because either fear is going to be successful or our business is going to be successful. So, and I'm going to guess you really want your business to be successful. So let's talk about some of the things you can do. So the first thing I always say is take one step at a time. That whole phrase of Rome wasn't built in a day. Well, neither is your business. You got to do little things every single day to help you grow. You can't go from putting up your website to posting a big marketing campaign the next day. I mean, you could, but it's not going to work. It's not going to be successful. So break things down. I really want you to realize that, yeah, you want to get over here, but you got to take all the little steps to get there, and take them and take the time and really build it in. And I really don't care how you do that. I have several methods that work for me. So what I do is I keep a running list of all the things I have to do for all my clients and for myself. And I break them down into sort of 13-week bites. I set goals, I set a vision, and I know I've talked about how to do that before, and I have a freebie that I give away on how to really set 13-week goals. But what it does for me is it takes everything that I have to do and be like, okay, that seems so huge right now, but maybe just today I'm going to do a post about something, or maybe today I'm just going to write something about this for a blog, or whatever it is. I just really break it down and know exactly what I'm going to do at all times. I also keep a spreadsheet of some of the things that I have going on and sort of fill in dates that I'm going to do something, so that really it is one step at a time, so that I don't get completely freaked out that, oh my God, I got to do a blog, I got to write the content for this, I'm going to do nothing then. I'm going to run and hide. So instead of that, really take it one step at a time. And you might want to think about a good planner, and we're going to talk about a planner in a little bit, but I live and die by my planner. It's there for taking notes all the time around. So that's one way to break it down one step at a time. You don't have to do everything today. Just pick one thing. And that also brings me to the next point, is pick one focus. You can have multiple focus, for your business, but do one thing at a time. If you got to get a blog out, just do that today. If you have a campaign, okay, today for the campaign, I got to write one email. So just have a focus and stick with it. Get help. I'm huge on getting help. So when you're starting out, you may not know how to do some of these things. And so I'm part business coach, part brand strategist, and part teacher. So I really believe that we all need to be in charge of our own brand message to some level, whether it's from start to finish or it's being involved directly one-on-one with somebody who can actually teach you to do these things. I'm a huge believer in making sure that my clients know how to use Facebook or how to post a blog or how to use LinkedIn. And so I end up spending a lot of time teaching my clients how to use all these things. So get help. I don't care if it's from your teenager who knows how to use um, computers or anything like that, but really get somebody to help you. Okay, go back to the planner. So my favorite thing came from my sister. She told me to go to bestself.co and get this planner. And the greatest thing about it is it breaks it down into those 13-week chunks that I love. And it helps me with my company goals. It reminds me where I'm going so that even if I feel really freaked out some days, because I feel freaked out too, there's so many days that I'm like, how am I ever going to get everything done for everybody else and my own business? And sometimes, that's what I need is the planner to remind me, where am I going? And so this tool, bestself.co, I would highly recommend it. It reminds you to be grateful for things every day, which I so appreciate. Taking that moment of gratitude for where I've come. It talks about the lessons you've learned. So a good planner can be super, super helpful in Overwhelm. Here's my favorite though. Recognize self-sabotage. So many of my clients out there tend to not even recognize their own methods of self-sabotage. Maybe you're taking hundreds of courses and think, oh my God, I can't go out there till I know everything. Or you really have another product and you focus on that and you're like, well, I don't know, which one do I want to focus on? And so all that is self-sabotage. You're getting in your own way. And so you want to start to recognize, how am I doing that? And if you're one of those people who loves to continue to take classes, great. But unless that next class is about getting you out there, and if you've been putting it off, don't take it. Save the money. Put it in, invest it in somebody who's going to really actually put your voice out there. So definitely recognize and, write it down in your journal. Be like, how do I sabotage? And really look throughout the day. Do you find every excuse not to sit down and write something? Do you tell yourself, I can't? So those are all forms of self-sabotage, and they're the biggest culprits in Overwhelm. And I really want you to think about those things, because we do everything but what we need to do. And so then we get completely freaked out about the things we have to do. And the last thing I would suggest is getting an accountability partner. So I sometimes do that with some of my clients. I'll act as their accountability coach or their business coach, and somebody who's going to just be honest with you, keep you on track, somebody who's going to help you break down all of those steps that you have to take. We can be our own worst enemies, and I think the biggest tool that you need to use is anything that you see getting in your way, find somebody who's going to help you get out of it. And that means if they hold you to the fire, if they can, tell you when you're doing the stuff that you do that keeps you from actually succeeding, put that into place. So I'm always happy to sit down and talk to you about that. I have a 30-minute consultation. Sit down and even talk to you about ways that you can get organized. Sometimes projects can seem so crazy. I had a client today that just really wanted to talk about how she's launching a campaign, and I said, well, okay, when do you want to do that? And it was in 2 weeks. But the reality is there's so much to do. So we're breaking it down so that it feels really easy and comfortable for her, and getting her up to speed with some of the technology she needs to know and how to get it out there. So if you need some help with that, I'm happy to do it. I love this stuff. So let's get out of Overwhelm. Let's get out of our way, and I'd love to see you get out there. So that's it for this week's Facebook Live. I know there's been some of you out there. I've done it on my computer this week, so I can't see exactly who's been joining, but I really am grateful for everybody who's showing up, watching these videos, watching them on my Facebook page or on my YouTube account or on my website. So all these videos get posted somewhere else. If you know someone who could use some help, send them over to soulgeniusbranding.com. And I will see you next week, and can't wait to be live with you again. Have a great weekend.